And a very warm welcome to the allotment today. It is the 8th of August. It is a glorious sunny day. We've got the whole team down here today, myself and Vince and the 2 kids. We're on a huge mission today, the very non-glamorous mission of having a good old tidy up, having a good old harvest, getting rid of lots of things that have stopped cropping and seeing what room we've got, sort of a bit of an evaluation day today. It is the 8th of August today. This video won't come out until around the 22nd of August, and that is because we're actually going on holiday on Tuesday. So on the 12th of August we're going on holiday for 10 days. So we're filming this before. This is probably the last time we will be at the allotment before we go on holiday. We've got a few things on before then as well. So we're really making the most of a lovely sunny day and getting lots and lots of jobs done. And sometimes, especially in summer, it's so nice to be harvesting. It's so nice to be spending time down here, and that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be making the most of it. So the first thing we're going to be doing today is looking at the boundary of the allotment plot. So all allotment sites are different. On ours, we have to take care of the boundaries of ours. So basically it's the boundary of the plot that we need to take care of ourselves. Vince is just bringing down the strimmer and he's going to go around the whole of the plot and just make sure it's nice and tidy. And that is especially at the back here as well. This can become a bit of a neglected area. It is really overgrown back here, so we're going to pay some special attention to this today as well, this whole area here. So while Vince is strimming round the edge, I'm working on the asparagus bed. So this has got asparagus, it had radish, turnips and beetroot in there. The beetroot's completely finished now. I'm just taking up the last of that. And the radish has started to go to seed. So you can see the flowers here and you can see the seed pods have started to form. I'm going to leave just this tiny corner in here and I will use that for seed for next year's radishes. Everything else is going to be coming up, so the last of the beetroot and the nasturtiums are going to come up. I've got a couple of turnips this side which I'm going to leave in there. I'm not going to harvest them because I haven't got time to enjoy them before my holiday, so leave a couple of them in. The rest of it's all coming out, and then the asparagus ferns will just stay up for the next couple of months, and when they've completely died back they will just be cut down to the ground and this bed will be mulched for the winter. So it's just a case of pulling up whatever it is that's in here, shaking off the soil, and then that will all go in the compost. So now the asparagus bed is all done. I'm going to try and speak loudly because I'm very conscious that Vince is strimming in the background. But right next to me here now on the other corner is where I had some brassicas and some onions. Now the onions all bolted early on into the season. They all flowered really, really early. But there's still onions at the end of it. They're really small, but they can definitely still be harvested. I'm going to take them all, I'm going to trim them, and we will still enjoy these onions. So they've all come up absolutely fine, and to be honest, they're not a terrible size. We can definitely still use them, so it hasn't been a complete disaster. They're definitely not as big as I would have liked, but I'm happy with that, to be honest. So I've given this bed a really good weed. It is not perfect, but we have only got a couple of hours down here today, so I can't spend too much time on one thing. That is very difficult, as we all know as gardeners, because we want to do everything all at once, but sometimes you just have to make do. That will be good enough until we get back. There's some cabbages and kale and things like that in there. I will cover that up in a minute. We need to give everything a good water today as well, obviously. As you can hear behind me, the children are peeling the onions and they're trimming them, so they like their little jobs down here as well, and that's what it's all about, just giving them little things to do, and it means we all get to enjoy our time down here. Let's see how Vince is getting on at the back. So he has been round and he has trimmed this area. The walkways are all looking much better. You can see this one now. So we are just now finishing up with our tidying mission, but I just want to show you what's going on in the polytunnel and the rest of the plot before we sign off for the day. So we haven't watered in here. I have harvested a lot of the tomatoes today as well, but they're all doing really well actually. Nice big sized tomatoes. They're all starting to ripen in colour. I have been harvesting from these over the last couple of weeks, probably 3 or 4 weeks actually, and they're all doing nicely. I'm really pleased with them this year. The grapes are looking great. When we get back from holiday, I am going to be squeezing these and either enjoying grape juice, or I might even make something else with them. I'm not sure yet. Where some of the cucumbers died off, I actually planted, or sowed should I say, some climbing French beans, and they have all started climbing where the cucumbers were. Now some of my cucumbers are still absolutely fine, but the ones that died off, this is what I did with them, and I'm yet to see what happens, because at the moment I think they're maybe just starting to flower. I think that was quite a good idea actually. Still got lots of marigolds, they're starting to flower and they're all looking really pretty. I'm really pleased with the polytunnel this year. Last year I had so many more tomatoes in here, and to be honest I probably had too many. I did freeze them and I do make use of them, but I think there was a lot of them, so I think this is more realistic for my family size and for what I do with them. Freezing them and using the fresh ones in salads, this is probably the right amount, so I will make note of that and next year try and replicate this. So I've got the Sarpo Una and the Sarpo Mirror, I think it was that way round. I have been harvesting these ones the last couple of weeks and they've been brilliant. There is some nasturtiums in and out of those potatoes, but I'm just leaving them. That's absolutely fine. These ones are looking really great. Haven't started harvesting these yet. Pumpkins, I've got loads of pumpkins planted in these 2 beds. These were, I think they were Snowman and maybe Amazonka from memory, can't remember which way round they are, but one of them's an orange one and one of them's a white one, so when and if they fruit I should be able to tell the difference. These are the beds that I worked on today. So the asparagus bed is looking much better, and like I said, I've got a couple of turnips in there that I can harvest when I'm back. I have got in this bed courgettes down the bottom, I've got strawberries round the end. I have actually got a couple of courgettes that I can harvest off of there, and then I've got pumpkins on the inside of the archway and they are climbing onto the archway, so they're not doing badly. They're actually just planted onto the pathway, so they're going into the wood chip, but they're looking really good. They're not looking bad at all. Thank you so much. And look at this, while I've been talking, I've been given some cucumbers by our lovely allotment neighbour. French beans, climbing French beans, climbing up this side of the archway. I have just harvested a lot of them, so it doesn't look like there's a lot on there, but I have got them in my basket. I've got some more pumpkins here. From memory, these were the sweet dumpling ones, so hopefully they do well as well, because I really like them. I think the ones on the bottom here were the Table Queen. Again, they all look very different, so when they come up I should be able to see which ones are which. This is my broccoli. Now a couple of them have gone to seed. As you can see, I have been harvesting them and they have been absolutely delicious. A couple of them had already started to go to seed last time I came down here, so I just left them. Really pleased with these this year. I had some spare tomatoes and I planted them in this one. I think there's 4 in there, and I think they were actually the San Marzano ones, so if they do well, they do well, but they're not looking bad. They bushed out. I only did that probably 3 weeks ago, so we'll see what comes of them. This is everything that we've taken out today. This was about half filled before. What I've been doing is I've been filling this, waiting for it to die down a bit, and then putting it into the compost, because I've only got the 3 compost bins and this is just sort of like an interim. So I put them in here, and then when I fill up the bins I put a little bit of cardboard and stuff in with them. So this is my little system at the moment, and this is what I cleared out today. So the onions have gone and the brassicas are left, and as you can see there's a bit of a variety. There's kale, there's some cabbages, and I think there's a different type of, I think I've got greyhound, and there was another one, I can't quite remember, but anyway, that's looking much better. Taken out all of the pak choy, so that is now an empty bed. There is a tomato there, I don't know why I planted that there. Maybe there was a little space there, but anyway, there is tomatoes on it. A harvest is a harvest, so hopefully I will be getting some tomatoes off that one as well. And the piece de la resistance is my courgette polytunnel. Now in here you can see out the side, this is absolutely full of courgettes. My glamorous helper there just opening that for me. Now this is full of courgettes and we've been enjoying them. If anyone wants to know how to make courgette bread, please let me know. Let me know in the comments. That is actually my question of the day today. What do you do with your courgettes? But if you want to know how to make courgette bread, let me know, because I'll be happy to put a recipe up, or maybe even film a recipe, because that's what I've been doing. Courgettes, walnuts, bread, that's all I have to say. Delicious. So anyway, courgettes in there, and everything else is looking absolutely fantastic. My raspberries are starting to really bush out as well. They're my autumn ones, but everything is looking much clearer down here. It feels nice. It feels like I'm quite happy to go on holiday now, and the plot looks good, and we are now going to give the plot a really good water. Our neighbours have said that they would kindly water our polytunnel for us when we're away, so that is absolutely fantastic. Music to our ears. Thank you so much for joining us today, and I will see you again soon.